attempt to do any carbon with this now. I want to get the process of styling the tree, get the tree hopefully repotted. I can do that later on in the year when the wire comes off and I've got more freedom around the tree. I don't think I'm going to need that. Well, no, I'm not going to need that branch for what I intend to do with the tree. So I can start replacing branch bases again. Here's my darling wife. Come to participate in the fun.
This is your opportunity to slate me to the camera.
All right.
So when I watch it back, I'm like,
So we've got a little bit of progress. Basically, I started putting the design on. I've obviously tilted the tray to the angle I think I'm going to be having the final design at. It still might get tilted a little bit more. What I have found out, I've actually sawn quite a branch out of here, which I knew once I got this placed I didn't require. So I've removed that from in there. I've still got plenty to work with, but you can see now the structure of the tree starting to create nice, hopefully a very nice semi-cascade. Continue wiring and put things into place. I'm working outside because my workshop is actually full of all sorts at the moment and I just can't move in there. So I thought I better come outside. Luckily we've got a nice dry day. But like I say, we only want to put the bones into this tree. Nothing refined. I'm wiring a little bit of the fine wire, but just to put the basic movement on the right places. But a lot of the twig I haven't bothered wiring with. I don't think there's any need. And putting some of the branch places where I think I need to put stuff. I'm trying to create a little bit more depth in the back now because I haven't got as many branches in the back what I think I would have liked, but we can grow stuff further out and further around. But it's coming into play, and like I say, some of this is still very long, and when I start getting ramification and stuff coming further inside and building more ramification, I might lose a little bit of length as it gets more defined and refined. Basically, we just keep moving things around, pottering on. So hopefully, I said I was probably going to repot today the way things are and the time we've got. I don't think that's going to happen. And I'm through the week when I've been at work, I'll not get a chance to repot it before I actually go to the Belgium show next week. So I think what will happen is I'll leave it in this container for another year. But I'll leave it sitting at this angle once I get it on the bench. And then from there, we'll repot next year. The wire will be off. Probably do a little bit more better carving to get more refinement into the carving. And then put it in its new pot. And then when it's settled in the new pot, I'll probably give it a finer wiring with more twig the beginning of next year when it's all been after it's all been repotted. But I'm not rushing the tree to be repotted. The tree's fine in here. Like I say, it's been in here for 3 years. It's not going anywhere. And we'll get there. It's not like it's pot bound. I know it'll have a lot of root because Privet put an enormous amount of root on. Even feeding it well this year and getting the growth I want to get. That'll be all right for another year. No problems. So back to work basically.
Before we do go back to work, I just need to interject here.
Yeah.
We just stopped for lunch.
Yeah. We did.
And we were treated to a beautiful leek and potato soup. It was absolutely fantastic, and you lot don't know what you're missing out on. It's one of the best soups I've ever had.
This is my darling wife's cooking.
And I'm looking forward to sampling the chicken and sweet corn next time. I'm coming back and I'm putting my order in for the chicken and sweet corn, because if the leek and potato was that good, I definitely want the chicken and sweet corn.
Oh, if you're talking about a soup like that, she'll let you come again, Scott. Yeah. You've just been taught you're on video, darling.
Yeah. No, we're good. We're recording, and now we're on recording mode.
Oh, back recording.
Yeah.
We're back on. Happy days. We're getting there a little bit at a time. Still a long way to go, but we'll get there. A few more decisions. Well, little decisions, just branches. There's still a lot of branches here, which I'm not sure I'm going to need. I'm actually going to wire more than what I need and let them grow. And then later on, I'll have a better selection of which branches I want to keep.
It's a bit of a transformation already.
It's coming on.
Obviously, getting your angle and then getting these pads laid out.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how much wire you can go through as well.
Yeah, it is. I've got a lot of branches on. Let me show you. I'll turn this around a little bit. So I'm not sure where I want these branches to come from. I've got a rough idea, but I think what I want to do is I want to set most of this here, and in the future, maybe it's 2 years down the line, the ones that are going to be the best for the tree, I don't want to cut too much off in case I cut the wrong one off. This is what a lot of people do sometimes, so I want it more is better for now, but in the end it's going to be less is more. But until I make the right decision, and I don't want to rush the decision, like I say, it's just a new starter tree. I'm not going to cut what I think is going to be the best branch yet until I'm ready, because it's still a young branch structured tree. Because from being collected to the stump, it's now got a few branches, and I want the right ones, so I don't want to cut them off until I get the right ones. So I might have a little bit more than what I need for now, but it's going to be better in the long run for me to keep what I want, rather than cut off and then find out later on I cut the wrong one off.
And all these branches, Rob, they've grown in whilst it's been left to grow. It was basically a stump with
a bare stump, yeah.
Some branches that just came to the dead ends, and then all these buds have exploded and created all this branching that we can see that we're able to work on.
Basically, yeah.
So collected 5 years ago, left to grow for 5 years, and now eventually after the 5 years we can wire it up,
start to create an image,
start creating your what you can see in your mind's eye.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. See, I'm tempted to cut that off, but at the moment I don't want to cut it off. I need to leave it, otherwise I don't want to make a mistake. I see it. I'd rather leave it till I'm ready to cut it. Otherwise, if I make that mistake, it'll be too late. Wire. Don't you just love wiring? You've got to learn to love wiring when you do bonsai, which is something I really enjoy doing. Take my time, steady away. No rush, we're not in a hurry. The thing I hate is taking wire off. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
that's an absolute nightmare, taking wire off. But it has to be done.
Now, there's a couple of people I know that don't really use wire, and it's all done via that clip and grow method, which I've done a lot of clip and grow with a lot of my stuff. And they use maybe some guide wires to pull branches down and things like that.
Yeah.
But not actual physical wiring. So it makes a change to be putting some wires on. And,
I like wiring. Like I say, it's taking it off. I hate taking it off. But just, it's not the same. I think it's because I'm not creating any. I'm taking it away. But I love putting it on.
Bordering therapeutic? Or,
Very.
Yeah.
I can sit in my workshop for 6 or 7 hours and just wire and wire.
I can hear some people thinking, you crazy man.
No.
Because there's plenty of people that out there that are just like, whether they can or can't wire.
That's probably why people don't like wiring when they can't wire it.
Yeah.
You just got to take your time and do it properly. I mean, this looks heavy, but I need the heaviness to hold the bend where I want the bend, basically.
So we'd have wires all over the place. If we were doing this with guide wires and trying to use such as like clip and grow, it just would never happen with this material, would it?
No.
Clip and grow, ideal for smaller trees, seedlings, where you literally, as they grow, you're choosing which branch to keep.
Yeah. Oh, that's, yeah.
And as long as you've got somebody to pass them on to, or 50 years left in you,
Oh, you've got to think about it like it could be a pension fund. That's one way of looking at it. It is, it's one way of looking at it. Now I'm going to leave that little stump there. Because I need an anchor. I was going to cut it off, but I need an anchor.
you're looking forward to coming down to the club.
Oh, I am. I always do. I always have a good weekend when I go there.
A nice stay at Peter's.
Nice to see Peters.
I think I might have to come through to Bakewell for a night out.
Exactly.
I'll grab Graham.
We always
Because Graham comes, doesn't he?
We always just go for a nice meal and a few beers and a bit of a chat. Job's a good one. Job's a good one. You see, when you say this sitting right, and then you get that in there, that's make you think you don't need this.
Yeah.
And then do you need this, or do you need to come off here? Because that's got a more powerful branch. More, because you want to see the. So the way I'm looking at this, I'll get this put right first before I do any daft decisions. In case it breaks. I know what I said earlier about leaving branches on, but now I can see what I've got.
Choosing the apex.
Yeah, mate, we're getting there. We're nearly making big decisions here. I think, looking at what I've got here, I have two major branches at the top of the tree. This one and this one. The first thoughts were, I'll be honest, was to bring this one back and over the top and create the apex. But now I'm not so sure. I'm now thinking I can bring this one forward, which I've already done, and then take that back and make a high apex. So I'm going to move a couple of these branches first and then have a look at where we're at. So a little bit while I'm talking about this, while we've been mentioning every now and again through the course of this video about the trophy in Belgium, if you've never been before and you can go, I recommend you go. It's probably one of the best shows, if not the best shows in Europe, if not the best show in Europe. There's always a fantastic amount of high quality trays on display, and there's always, I believe, 90 odd traders there. So there's everything you need to buy for bonsai. There's always fabulous demonstrations. There's always amazing artists who do the demonstrations, and the Belgian club make you feel very, very very much at home, which is nice then. I've been going for 18-ish odd years now, and I don't think I've been to a bad one yet. It's absolutely an amazing show. So if you can go, please get. And if you don't know who I am and you ever want to speak to us, introduce yourself. Tell them you've seen the DVD, and we'll have a bit of a catch up, a bit of a chat. Any questions you want to ask about anything in the subject of this tree in particular, don't be frightened to come and ask. I'm always here to oblige. Right, I am. Decision time. I think I need to change the course of this branch and bring it back round into the front. Oh, that's better. Definitely better. The reason I'm styling this privet pretty young is because when you start getting thicker on the branches, you start to get breaks. So the best time to do privet is when you're simply young, and then you grow the thickening over the many years it takes, basically.
And how long would you look to leave this wire on, Rob?
Oh, I'll monitor the wire.
I mean, obviously it'll grow to the point where you need to take it off to prevent scarring.
It will grow, and the way I intend to feed it, to get thickening, it'll grow pretty quick. So once I feel I've got any signs of scarring, it'll come off. You can always do it again at a later date.
But they're pretty good at holding their shape after a short period of time.
Generally, yeah. Yeah. Generally. Let's just get things right.
Another thing for the viewers, as you've been talking about different other things, if they go to the UK Bonsai Association's website?
Yeah, I'm just doing an interview.
You've just done an interview?
Yeah. Mark asked us to do an interview, a little bit about the history of bonsai. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about me and how I started and what I do, have a look on the UK Bonsai site. There's a little
I'll put a link to that in the video so that people can go straight to it if they don't already know where to go. So there'll be a link to that so that they can go and find out more about you.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Now then, I've just seen something else. Things change as you start.
The tree that keeps giving.
You move things around and things start to you see things in a different light. So I was thinking about bringing this over as an apex. But look, now what I've got now is if I take this one forward, I have more to play with.
Yeah.
Put it in the right place. Nearly the right place. And the one I was thinking about making an apex, I can actually, because I haven't got anything at the back,
take it down.
I can put it very carefully down into the back. Be very careful not to get a break in this.
Yeah, that young.
Because it's near a very piece of dead wood where it could break. So be very careful. Bring this round.
I think you've nailed it, that, Rob.
Nearly.
I think when you come round from this side and see what that looks like, I think you'll be quite happy with that.
Yeah. There's a piece sticking up here which he's going to need. It's taking your eye from the tree. So I'll just quickly remove that. I had to have a deadline anyhow, only had a couple of thin little twigs on it. That can be sorted out at a later date now. That's better, you haven't got these stuff stung. So, here's a careful bit. See that crack?
I did.
Just slightly. This is why you have to be very careful.
I think you've chose probably the best flow line for that tree to carry on up as the apex, and like you say, you can trim that stump back.
Yeah, definitely.
Get it carved back or shaped up.
You know, I've moved it. like I say, the carbon was the block carbon was done about a year and a half ago, I think. It was a little bit longer, I don't know. But this has all got to grow and get new stuff different places. It's got to create a better image. This is all now just watch it grow. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think you've probably made more decisions than you anticipated earlier.
Yeah, definitely.
But the trees kind of fed you that information as you've gone along.
Of course, yeah. This is a beauty of bonsai. It makes its own decisions. And there will be a lot of back budding starts to appear over the next couple of years, which will only help more with the tree. And like I say, it's all reasonably new. It's all, I think that can go further up. It's all to play for, so they say. So, still on?
Yeah.
I think we're there for today. Basically, we've got. I'm going to mark the front where roughly I think the front of the tree is, and you can see clearly. I've got an angle. I think. Put a few pins in. Looking at what I've got, I believe I have 2 or 3 branches too many, but like I say, at the moment the tree's just starting to life as a bonsai, still in training, so I'll give it a couple of years to grow, get things more in place, and in a couple of years time or a couple of seasons time we will make hopefully the right decisions and take off the branches we don't need. By then the branches that are on the tree, I'll have more ramification. So where the 3 pins are in line, that's why I roughly envisage the front of the tree. Yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed today's demonstration and today's video. Hopefully we'll be back soon with something a bit different. I have 2 or 3 things to do over the next couple of years. And like I say, if you've enjoyed it, you get a chance to speak to us in the Bourbon Show or any other show in the UK, just give us a shout. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and introduce yourself. If you live close to me, we are run a club at the Matthew School of Bonsai. We meet at the first Thursday of every month at a hall just down near where I live in Seaton, County Durham. We have a nice little club, very friendly club, and we are always here. So thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, Scott. Thank you.
Pleasure's all mine, Rob.
Very
As
good.
always, the pleasure's all mine.
And we will see you again. Thank you.